Hello, all you rabid Lions fans, and welcome to Lions on the Prowl. News, rumors, and debates from the fans' perspective. Here's Markus, Jim, and Tim.
Hello, all you Lions fans, and welcome to episode number 63. My name's Jim.
And my name is Maniac Tim.
And this is the curly-haired clown Markus.
He held that back from us till just now.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't going to reveal his special nickname until just now.
Oh, every week.
But I like it.
Every week.
But I like it. So at this point of the show, what we're going to do is what we always do. We do our shout-outs. And, Tim, we're going to start with you. What is your shout-outs for this?
Okay.
Who are your shout-outs for this?
Tim Reardon from work. Ricky from work. Wayne Coops from work.
From work.
And also Tony Gillespie, a friend.
Okay. All right. Markus, you want to do yours? We're going to switch it up.
Yeah. I got a couple. First, I want to give a shout out to my boy Brendan.
Brendan.
Yeah, that guy. He's funny, man. Also, a shout out to my boy Justin and my little brother Aaron. You know what I'm saying? He came chill with me for a while.
Nice. So I'm gonna go. There's this big YouTube thing going on right now with a lot of people, against each other and all this stuff. I'm still supporting There Goes Mobby, Everything King. Them two really bring the knowledge, I think, about our Detroit Lions. Joseph Dion, little 17-year-old kid, man, he's just cranking them out, video after video after video after video. Kid's a machine, man. So I also have Tammy, and I have Carrie, Shannon, Beth, Rachel, Thomas and Brianna, Brendan, Rob, Kim Possible. You didn't even do it. That's okay.
Oh, was I supposed to do it?
You're supposed to do it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You didn't do it.
Sorry, Mom. Don't ground me.
Don't ground me. Please
I
don't
will,
ground him. And we've got Leslie, who does all our voiceover work, and we really appreciate that.
When is she coming back? I still have yet to meet the lovely Leslie.
You know what? I could ask her to come back.
Please.
I'll ask her for next week.
I would enjoy that.
Okay. All right. I don't know if she's in town or not, but we'll see. We'll find out. Okay. Also, we've got a bunch of new people in Lions groups and stuff like that I've been talking to. So, hello to all my new friends, new Lions fan friends out there that are listening to the show this week.
Wait, Jim, you got friends?
I know. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
All right. So, we're going to go into a lot of topics this week, but right after these messages.
Hello, Lions fans. Would you like to support the continuation of this show? Become a patron. Go to www.patreon.com/Lions on the Prowl. Thank you for supporting our mission to give you Lions news and rumors from the fans' perspective.
Have you tried everything to lose weight? Are you still looking for that one thing that is finally going to work? Then contact Tammy about how you can lose weight, increase energy, and gain tons of overall health benefits. It's safe, affordable, and so easy with just 2 capsules twice a day. She can be reached at connect.fitturtle.life. That URL again is connect.fitturtle.life. Do it today.
Lions on the Prowl is currently seeking sponsors for the show. If your business would like to reach our audience, please email lionsontheprowl14@gmail.com.
Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
Make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move, make it move, make it move, make it.
Well, not necessarily $1 million moves. That was last week. This week, in a very small move, we cut receiver Dantes Alexander, and then we signed Tavares McFadden. I think this move is just basically because of Tease Tabor being out or hurt or whatever his day-to-day, whatever he is right now. So not much of a transaction. Tavares McFadden, an undrafted free agent out of Florida State, spent his rookie season with the Colts and the 49ers. So we'll see how he does. So now we're going to go into a little bit of the injury situation with the Detroit Lions. It's getting better. Darius Slay came off the non-football injury list, so he's back.
It was nice to see Marvin Jones in the scrimmage.
Marvin Jones looks good.
It was very nice to see him.
Still a little concerned about Kerryon Johnson. They're still limiting stuff with him, especially in pads, and keep saying there's no injury, but it doesn't. That doesn't add up.
During their scrimmage, they had a 99-yard drive that ended in a touchdown, and on the first play of that drive, Kerryon Johnson bust out a 30-yard run.
And it just shows how much potential he actually had.
Do with that information what you will.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that they just keeping him out as precautionary, and don't let him do as much. We still have Damon Harrison still on the NFI list. Tommy Lee Lewis, he would be a return man. He was a draft pick this year. Steve Long is a linebacker, and he's still out. Trey Flowers is also still on the injured list and has not done anything as far as I know yet.
I actually think I have the entire list.
Oh, okay.
I think that is the entire list at this point.
But I'm just hoping, like you say, these are precautionary measures and they're ready for the season.
That's the entire list.
Okay, let's read some of those names because I don't have that on this one. And it says it's only, and that was from this morning. It said at this point there's only 4 players remaining on preseason injury lists.
I mean, this is just from the scrimmage.
Oh, that was out from the scrimmage.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into those names, see who we have, because I know that I can't see that from here.
So, those that did not play in the scrimmage were Marcus Cooper, Jonathan Wynn, Harrison. Snacks didn't play.
Right.
Obvious reasons, same reasons that we've been hearing.
Marcus Cooper is a cornerback we got from Chicago a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
We re-signed him this year.
Yeah, so Steve Longa, Trey Flowers that we mentioned, Tommy Lee Lewis we also mentioned
him.
Darius Kilgo.
Yeah, he's isn't that the defensive tackle?
I think so.
He's
I'm
off
pretty
the
sure.
injury list as of this morning.
Okay,
they activated them this
and
morning.
Deshaun Hand.
Deshaun Hand's had an elbow or something. He's been in a brace, and I'm not sure if they were just keeping him out of the scrimmage because of they were kind of like a cautionary thing. But he has been practicing. He's not on an injury list at this point.
Okay, so we also have Austin Bryant, Malik Carney, and Christian Jones.
Now, Austin Bryant I'm not sure about, and Christian Jones I'm not sure about, because Christian Jones, linebacker, he was hurt. He's been out almost all training camp. And Austin Bryant was hurt. He had surgery on a pectoral muscle in January. Then he comes back, and then the first day he's back or second day he's back, he's injured again. So I don't know what his status is at this point.
Interesting.
Wow.
So we're going to go into a little bit of our training camp observations. And we're just excited. I mean, come on, it's football season. We got right now. We have a game every single week until the end of the season, except for our bye week. But there's going to be football in the NFL every single week until what? February? You can't get no better than that.
That's true.
Can't get no better than that.
And it took so long to get here.
I know.
I felt like the NBA finals were done a year ago.
It does feel like a long time since we've had
I haven't
football.
been able to watch sports. I even was able to delete my ESPN app off of my phone for space.
So, bringing that up, do you think that an 18-game season would be beneficial to the
No.
NFL? No.
Not at all.
If you take away 2 of the preseason games,
Okay.
because I don't know, and I think they should give them more training camp time and a little more padded practice time.
Okay, now you're on to something. Because you take away 2 preseason games, then maybe those, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't know because, we already got players playing with broken backs.
Right.
We already have players playing hurt. You know what I'm saying? Players playing injured. And
Right.
It's a
violent game.
I wouldn't.
It is a violent game.
So extending it, I don't think is a good idea. I think the player's safety is a bit more in my interest, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, I understand. I don't know that we have any more or less injuries than we used to when I was growing up. I don't think it is. I think it's actually more than it used to be, and I think they're not conditioned as well. I'm not going to say not conditioned as well. They don't get enough practice time. There used to be 2-a-days. Remember that stuff?
Right.
Remember, there's 2-a-days. There was they got all kinds of reps and practice, and they knew where they were supposed to be, knew what they were supposed to do. Now, sometimes they're running around not knowing what they're supposed to do.
So you feel like they're not prepared.
Exactly. Because nowadays we don't have as many padded practices as I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Patricia even says he doesn't feel like he has enough time with his people. So they get out there, they're thinking too much. Let's put it that way. And injuries happen when you're thinking too much and not just like your subconscious mind is kicking
Right.
in.
They're not playing the game. They're
Right.
thinking about playing
Thinking
the game.
about playing the game.
Right.
Got it.
And I think that causes more injuries.
So basically, they need to work out an agreement with the Players Association in order to get more on-field time in order to do this, because they're limited on what they could do as far as practice due to the CBA.
Well, the CBA comes up in 2020.
Right.
So we will be getting a new CBA. I hope we're not getting a strike. It does look like they're trying to make forward progress on it, but we'll see how it goes. Because last time we had a CBA, we had or a CBA disagreement. We had to strike, and we had scabs, and all this other stuff. So we don't want any of that to go on. But this time, it seems like we didn't have that last time. Or was that the time before?
That was
could-
We
quite a
did.
while ago.
Yeah. So it's like whatever. What I'm saying is, we just want football.
Yes, we want
Yeah.
football.
So they're going to go ahead and they'll negotiate that stuff out. But there will be a new CBA in 2020
Right.
because that old one runs out. So they're going to be hammering that stuff out probably the end of this season and next season, before next season starts. So, all right. So what are you guys' observations at training camp? What did you guys see? I'm going to start with Marcus.
I saw a lot of good things. I didn't watch much of like the actual training camp because it kind of bores me.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched, I caught what I could of their scrimmage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I saw a lot of positive things, a lot of things that I'm excited to see them put together. They still ran a lot of pass plays. They still were dropping back a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? But Stafford didn't get hit as much
Right.
when he was in the game. He didn't play too much, but when he was in the game, he didn't get hit too much. I thought the tight ends did really good. Every single one of them caught a pass play. They got a reception. Every single one of them. And TJ Hawkinson was actually first. He actually got the first tight end reception, 24 yards down the middle of the field. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
nice.
Hawk's looking really, really good. He's a big target, and he knows how to use his body to get the ball. He knows how to use that frame. And he's deceptively fast, too, from what I've seen. So for a tight end, I think that he's going to be a major weapon for Stafford. I also think that there's a lot of the Bevel offense is like crossing routes now. We have motion plays that we didn't have before, so they can tell what the defense is kind of doing if they're in zone or if they're in man. I like a lot of the little changes, not so subtle changes, that this offense seems to be implementing.
So let me put this in your ear. The defense won this scrimmage 30-20.
Yes, but the defense has a lot. I think the defense has better players than the offense does. I really do.
A run-stopping defense, and you just talked about crossing routes and all this other.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I
So
did.
would you? So
you had
does,
Stafford in there for how many percent of the plays? See,
Oh, I'm not sure. It hasn't been that much. But no,
there's a significant drop off.
No, what
between
I'm
the first and
asking-
the second.
No, what I'm asking is, do you acquire that to your previous theory of them not being prepared?
Yeah, in some ways. I think the new offense is harder for the installation is a little harder when it's a brand new offense, other than a second year defense. So some of the players are under a second year already with the Matt Patricia Crypt Keeper defense. You know what I mean? Whereas these guys are all learning it for the first time. But I like the fact that they're implementing new things, whereas the Jim Bob Cooter offense didn't have the motion plays. It didn't have a lot of it had a lot of tells too, like Theo Riddick. I know everybody likes Theo Riddick, but we got rid of him. Every time he was in the backfield, he would never really, not saying never, but usually he wasn't going to get the ball in the running game. He was always leaking out for a pass. And then everybody was like, oh, okay, they're going to pass. Every time Theo Riddick's on the field, they're going to pass. You know what I mean? So there were certain tells, like Golden Tate lining up at the outside. That's a bubble screen to Golden Tate. it was predictable. It was things that people could see in that offense that, oh, we know what that's going to be. Now you've got Hawkinson lining up as a blocker, but he is a blocker. So you don't know if it's run or pass, because that's not a tell. That's not an individual that's out there, just for a certain skill set.
I get what you're saying, but so okay, I just want to say that there were really 4 guys that impressed me the most throughout the entire scrimmage. The first one I'm going to go into is Zach Zinner, because I feel like he was the most productive out of all of the running backs.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Even though Kerryon Johnson had a 30-yard run.
Yes.
Wow.
He had the best results. You know what I'm saying? He had a couple nice runs. Zach Zinner had a couple nice runs. He also had a couple back-to-back receptions late in the game.
Yeah.
One of them, he was like wide open.
Yeah, and he's a good route runner for a running back.
And he's been working hard in the offseason. So he's getting better.
I like Nick Bodden. He's the fullback.
Mm-hmm.
And he leaked out for some pass catches. He's a really good blocker. He's really worked on himself in the offseason, got hurt last year. And we were thinking we weren't going to even run with the fullback this year. But, boy, he's really impressed in training camp.
I like him.
Yeah. I think he's going to be a beast, too.
Yeah.
There's just so many things that you can do with this offense from the different sets that I've seen. And I think there's multiple targets now. You got Amendola. You got Hawkinson. You've got Galladay, which people are forgetting about, although he's a beast.
Okay, so what I've been reading is that Bevel's is putting in these players that Matthew Stafford is going to be able to rely on. You had your safety net players where Golden Tate and stuff like that bubble screen tried to, and of course theoretic for Matthew Stafford. But now you got Hawkinson is really going to be able to go out that further than like 10 yards and stuff and really get these reliable plays. And the plans that they are working out together is going to be great.
Oh, and I temper it a little bit. It is a new offense. It is not going to be. It takes time for receivers and the quarterback to get on the same page. So I'm not going to expect this to be like lights out overnight. I really don't. I don't like our offensive line. I still don't. I'm still going to stand by that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the hot read, obviously, but Kerryon Johnson, Nick Bodden, maybe Hawkinson. So you still have those safety net type of players. You have Marvin Jones. That's one of the best deep wide receivers that I've seen in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't get a lot of separation, but he goes up to the point of the ball.
Right. Yeah, he's a playmaker.
Yeah.
Like he didn't play much in the scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
But he scored the first TD.
Right.
The game's first TD back in the end zone.
Yep. And him and Stafford have that connection.
Right. That's true.
And if you notice, his catches are more, defender draped all over him, spectacular. He doesn't get that.
Yeah.
That separate. He doesn't have that separation speed.
Right. Exactly. But he goes up and makes a play.
Right.
Which I like him. Kenny Galladay is a really good route runner right now. I watched him on a couple of his routes. He gets to his point, bam, cut. And there's the ball. He's very efficient. But he's grown into a pretty good route runner, as well as having that big frame and the body and a little bit of speed. He's turning into a more complete receiver, and he probably will be our number one receiver by the end of the year. That's my prediction.
Wow, cool.
So there's just a lot of stuff. Like Marcus said, there's a lot of good stuff coming out of training camp. Last year there was a lot of good stuff coming out of training camp, too. Any other players that have impressed? Marcus, you got anybody else that you really liked?
Andrew Adams.
Oh, definitely
wow.
agree.
You said you wanted to talk about him.
Yeah.
Safety, right?
Yeah, his safety
He had
from Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he had 4 picks last year?
Yeah, no.
With Tampa?
Was it 4 picks and
4
3
picks.
picks in one game on Cam Newton?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
In one game. So this guy's a ball hawk playmaker.
Yes,
and he
and
has balled out.
He made some good hits.
Oh, yeah.
Notice
Yeah,
I didn't
he
say
can hit,
tackles.
too.
Notice I didn't say tackles.
Right.
I said hits.
Hits. That's a big point. That's a big point this year. This team is going to smack you in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
This team's going to smack you in the mouth. Quandre Diggs is a hitter.
Right.
Jelani Tavai can hit. Then you bring in Trey Flowers, Mike Daniels' attitude, Snacks Harrison. You got a bunch of guys, Kennard even.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay,
there's a bunch of people. That
all right, they
heavy
can
hitters.
hit, but can they tackle?
I know that Snacks is a good tackler. We know that. We know Mike Daniels is a
But
good tackler.
we got this defense with all this heavy hitters. How many of those heavy hitters can tackle?
Right.
It's a good question. Glover Quinn was a pretty decent tackler before he was getting old there. And we're going to have to see what Tracy Walker does this year in that department. You know, how's Darius Slay's tackling? How's the number 2 cornerback that we don't even know who he is tackling? And that's basically Rashard Melvin right now. He's the one that's coming up in training camp, taking that number 2 spot. I think that he's going to be the guy going forward. But Amani, that guy's name, he's catching up.
Yeah.
He's catching up. He's a rookie, so I don't expect him to start.
Mm-hmm.
But I said this before. I said this way before when we got him. I said I think he could take over the starting role by the end of the year.
But
At number 2.
if he develops that good, how soon do you put him in? Or do you just keep on?
Well, he's
you know,
still a rookie. I mean, he can
Right.
still learn under Rashad Melvin until, you
Right.
know, and being coached up. He can still learn.
Mhm.
But he's another guy that in training camp has had his ups and downs and good days and bad days.
Yeah.
That's a typical rookie.
Mm-hmm.
So have you guys seen much from Frank Ragnow as in at center?
They shuffled the O-line quite a bit
But
in
he
the
stayed at
scrimmage.
center the whole time.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
the number ones. He stayed center the whole time.
yeah.
So have you seen a more positive outcome for the offensive line because he's center now? I've heard Graham Glasgow's doing really good at right guard, and then if that would make that spot more solid. And then putting Ragnow as the center, I think he's better as a true center
Right.
as he was than he was a left guard.
Well, in the scrimmage we did hear where he had less sacks. So,
Yeah. So you think that
Right.
Well,
but I know it's
I
scrimmage.
know
it
it's
ain't. They're
scrimmage and
gonna,
they got red shirts. They're not
Right.
going to
That's
hit the
true.
quarterback
That's true.
anyway. But you know if he was going to get hit,
Right.
But I think that's what we're
Right.
talking about.
I would
It's-
hate to see what would happen to the person that injured Matthew Stafford.
They won't do that.
Yeah, I know.
They
but
won't do that. So this week they're going to practice with the Patriots.
Mhm.
You know their clone team.
Father
Big
Patriot.
brother.
Big
So-
brother.
It is. It's kind of the way
It
we're
is.
like their little brother or something like that, right?
Yeah,
now.
you're right.
Although we smacked them pretty good last year.
Popped
Yeah.
them in the mouth.
We really did. I don't see Trey Flowers playing in this game.
No.
David Harrison's probably not playing in this game. I don't know that Stafford plays much in this game.
Mhm.
It's on Thursday night. It's on Fox. It's at 7:30 at night. Me and Marcus are going to watch it. Chin's going to work. And we don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah. We're going to grab some wings, grab some brews.
Grab
Well,
some
maybe
pizza.
if I can get it off, I might, or at least half the day off, I might watch.
That'd be,
you know,
that'd be
I
cool. The
mean,
more the
that's-
merrier, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be a lot of fun. We haven't seen any Lions football for a long time, and we're starving. We're like starving
yes,
Lions
yes.
fans right
do you
now.
want to get here early and maybe do like a little
We can do a pregame show.
pregame show?
Do a pregame show.
All right,
What
just
do
for you
think?
guys.
You want a pregame show? Yeah, we'll do it. We might
think
go
they
live.
do.
Might even go live. Do a live thing for the Facebook group that day.
Let's do it.
I think we're going to do that. I'll announce it in the Facebook group. We'll get here a little early. We'll do a pregame show. We'll give you a lot of information on the New England Patriots. We'll give you a lot of information on our team, who's playing, who's not, who's in, who's out. And we'll cover all that on Thursday. But what do you guys feel about this season coming up? What's your gut feeling about this team?
Eh.
It's anticipation, a lot of hope that they're going to do good.
Just hoping.
But then there's still the uneasiness.
I feel like I'm going to have a lot of games where I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yes.
Which I is okay. I'm okay with that thrill, but I just feel like I'm going to get let down.
Let down a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially on Thanksgiving. Like, there's no worse feeling than being full of all that food and then sulking in your team's defeat.
There is no worse.
There is no worse
true.
feeling because
the
then
whole weekend you're like a 4-day weekend to deal with.
and the first day you got to deal with that loss.
Yes.
And you got that full belly and you
Yes.
just I'm just gonna
It's
take a nap.
awful. It's awful.
You get the itis, man. You get the itis.
It was like Minnesota. Was it Minnesota last year? We had the Bears this year.
Right.
Is it the Bears this year? Can't remember who the Thanksgiving game is.
I think it's the Bears.
I thought it was the Bears. I don't know. Anyway, fact checkers, you guys can go and
gosh.
fact check that and let us know. So, anyways, my gut feeling still 7-9. I have not seen enough. I like the Mike Daniels signing a lot. I would have been better with maybe a second corner being signed, but that guy's a beast. I think he brings a lot of leadership and a lot of attitude to that defense too.
And of course, he hates Minnesota and our other rivals.
He hates
and
Green Bay right
Oh
now.
yeah,
He wants to kick the
Right.
shit out of Green Bay.
but the Green Bay Packers, their defense, they gave Chicago all they could take last year.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like Chicago was going to beat them both games, but Green Bay came back.
Yeah.
So
I hate Green Bay.
I hate them too. But now we
I'm gonna
got
go there. I
Daniels
hate
on
Green Bay.
there.
I hate him too. Aaron Rodgers is just the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I hate
I
this.
say Brady. I say Brady. I don't say Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has won one Super Bowl. One. Tom Brady's
But he's a
6,
g-
7, somewhere in there.
Aaron Rodgers is a good decision maker
Yeah.
as far as
Yeah, he decided
Yeah.
he didn't like the coach, so he got him fired. He decided he didn't like the
by
wide receiver, got him
game
traded.
decision maker.
Cut.
He's really good at.
He's good at stirring up the locker room. I just don't like him.
He's good at winning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wins.
well,
Yeah.
that's not so much last year.
Not so much last year, but still.
But if you look
He
at
came
his
back
career-
and won a game on one foot.
He
Nobody else in the league will do that.
But Matthew
Right.
Stafford did it with one shoulder. Came back in the
Who?
game and won the game. Matthew Stafford, Cleveland Browns.
Against who?
Cleveland Browns.
Against who?
Yeah, well, they're good this year.
Don't want to hear that.
He's like, Coach,
Cleveland?
I got
Cleveland,
another arm.
Cleveland? You're talking about the worst city in the worst state of America.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much. And apologies to you guys in Cleveland that you live there.
Yeah. How many number one draft choices has Cleveland had over the years? I mean, a lot
Man,
more
how
than
many
Detroit.
quarterbacks have they had? I think
Right.
they finally got it right with Baker Mayfield, but oh my God, they've been
Yeah.
awful. And this year,
Carr,
they look like they're going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I say they might make the playoffs this year. Yeah,
I even
totally
heard
think they
Super
better. Odell Beckham Jr., all the people they've been getting over there.
Do they have
Better do
Landry?
something.
Don't they have Jarvis
They have
Landry?
Landry as well.
And Baker Mayfield at QB?
Baker Mayfield at
They're
QB.
going to be nasty.
They got.
Ooh.
Who do they got at? Was it Chubb's at running back? What the hell? Nick Chubb at running back. And then
Ooh.
can't remember who they have. But yeah, it's going to be a nasty team. Our defensive line arguably could be the best in the NFL.
Right.
That's no lie. I mean, them and the Bears, I think, have one of the two best defensive lines in the league. And Minnesota's a third that have a pretty good. We were rated number 5 by PFF in run stopping defense for this year already. 5th rated. Guess who was number 1?
Who?
The Bears,
Oh,
number 1.
wow.
Figures.
Yeah, so it's like both in the same division. Then you got Minnesota. I think they were ranked out of the top 10 now. 'Cause they lost a couple people.
Like 12, 13.
Right.
Yeah, it was 12 or 13, somewhere in there. But look at that. Look at how much competition we have in this division alone.
Right.
We got to play those teams twice.
Yeah.
Then we play Kansas City, Philadelphia. We went through that whole long list.
Kansas City. Oh. We play Arizona, though. We might be able to get the Arizona game. I think we can get the Arizona game.
Rookie quarterback. Gift
And he's
game.
not that big. He's
Yeah.
really small.
He is really small.
He's
I
not
don't
gonna
think
be-
he's going to
he's-
be able to run on us either. That's a key.
Right.
That's another thing that used to tear us apart is mobile quarterbacks used to rip the crap out of us all the time because we'd have everything else covered. That guy would just leak out right into them. And nobody could stop him. It's like 10, 15 yards. Aaron Rodgers would do it to us too.
Oh, yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers hasn't been doing that. Probably because he's playing on one foot, like he said. But
But he did practically almost bring him back last year at the Ford Field. I mean, that was Aaron Rodgers, which just kept it close.
Yeah.
Good thing that Cobb
but I do think this defense,
missed all those.
honestly, I do think this defense is going to be something else against
Yeah.
quarterbacks running as well. And we got a few of them
Yep.
on the schedule this year.
Now, I do remember way back when the Lions played Michael Vick, in the...
You kicked the crap out of it.
no, but not in the...
That one game, yeah.
yeah,
We beat
I mean, we contained him pretty good.
Yeah, but I think we're so built against the run. I mean, Trey Flowers is a better run stopper than he is an edge, in my opinion.
Right.
He's a big guy. He can play any defensive position.
Really, if you just get your coverage down, you can just put a spy on the QB.
Right.
Well, you could. I don't think you need it with Snacks and all these other guys in there that could run him down. And I know that sounds crazy.
Maybe
But
if
they're taking up 2 defensive tackles so Jared Davis can get in there. So
but that
Jelani
can't
Tavai
happen.
can get in there,
But
so
that
Kennard
can't
can get in there.
happen if the field is spread.
Oh, it's still going to happen. It's still going to
Not if the field is spread.
How are they going to spread?
You
the
got
field?
trips. You got
You
got doubles on each side. You got 5 wide.
If they do that,
That's
the
not
quarterback's
going to
gonna
work.
die. No, the quarterback will die if they do that. They're leaving 5 on 4. Is that what they're doing? Because they got a double team. They got a double team Snacks. You got Flowers 1-on-1. You got Daniels 1-on-1.
That's what the mobile quarterback wants. They're only
Yeah,
going to
I
block
still
to one
think-
side, so they can double team Snacks. This guy can roam free. He's running this way.
Yeah, I still think we got Jared Davis, pretty fast linebacker.
Well, if Patricia is a genius that he's supposed to be,
Mike Daniels.
he'll,
thinks he is.
he'll be able to predict, have them prepared to go ahead and
Right.
stop that.
Now, originally, when we had first heard about Patricia, when we
Yeah.
first heard he was coming, the thing was that he could prepare every game he prepared. He was preparing differently, like a different defense for every team. So we could be running 3-4 one week, 4-3 the next week, and multiple sub packages. And
That didn't
he's
happen
got the
last year.
players. Now, it didn't happen then, but I think
Right.
he's got the players to do that now, to be that versatile and to throw teams off. So I think we're going to be much better defensively. I'm hoping we're good offensively, because if we're good both
Right.
and we have a running game, this team could do well. I don't expect well. I just for some reason I never expect them to
It's
do
just
well.
because they're
I
the
don't know,
Lions,
man.
and so many years you expect it, and we look bad when they suck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's so
Yeah,
hard.
It is. It's hard being a Lions fan.
Yes.
We're all fans. I mean, that's what we are. That's what the show's about. We try to bring it from a different perspective. And so when this year comes up, there may be some bitching and complaining about the refs. But I don't care, because, Patricia, all the other people, a lot of the beat writers and all those other guys, they really can't say too much.
Right.
They'll get fined, especially Patricia and the players and all that can't say a whole lot. Sometimes it slips out. They'll say, "God, we got screwed" or something or whatever. But we're going to give you that. We're going to tell you, oh, look, this play, this play, this play.
Yeah, we're gonna call out the cheaters.
We're going to call that
None
out.
of that NFC championship
Right.
game. None of that.
Nope.
No, none of that mess. We can't have that.
Can't have it.
No.
Here's the other thing, too. So that's one thing that we're going to bring you by game is a little bit of heart. You know what I'm saying? And passion into it. Because a lot of times when you hear, not even the beat writers, I'm not trying to put people down. That's not what I'm talking about. Or the players, they have this robotic thing like, well, we did the best we could and we just came up short today. No, you got screwed.
Exactly.
Tell it like it is.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
We are going to tell it like it is.
The refs
So-
brought out their nuts and
Yeah.
bolts today.
Yes.
Right. I mean,
Yep. Nuts and bolts, that's a good one.
just like what happened to the Saints, a lot more of that happens against the Lions. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Why don't they sit there? Okay, so New Orleans, right? They get screwed.
Right.
Welcome to Detroit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to
Whatever
our
the
lives.
hell-
Welcome to what we've
are you
been living
bitching
with.
about?
Welcome
you got
to-
one game taken away from you. We have game after game after game.
Welcome
year
to
after
every
year.
other game as a Lions fan.
Yeah, you
Right.
see what I'm
Every
saying?
other
Yes,
game.
Every
Yes.
other game. And it's not that, you know what? This podcast is to have fun, too. So, I mean, we're kind of having fun with it. We're going to give you the information you need, but we're also going to have fun, and we're going to talk about the refs. We're going to talk about what we think's going on. And I'm telling you, in the injury situation, Trey Flowers' injury bothers me.
Yeah.
It bothers me. It reminds me of DeAndre Levy. It reminds me of Ziggy Ansah. This dude hasn't played since he's got here, and he's still on an injury list. So it was like they held him out of the the mandatory mini camp, the mini camp that was voluntary OTAs. He's been out of all of it. Training camp hasn't played a single play.
Yeah. Now, if it's a questionable injury where it's like, okay, give it a few more weeks and it's going to heal, I'm all for that. Keep him out. But if it's
doesn't he need some reps?
right, yeah, he does. But if those reps are going to get him hurt,
he's already hurt.
yeah. But if they're going to make him, if he's going to be better in 2 weeks or whatever, and be at more his full potential,
But don't you see that? It's like, can't you guys see the same thing I'm seeing? It's like he's like, oh, it's a minor injury. He should be fine for this and this and this. This training camp comes up. Oh, well, nope, he's on the physically unable to perform list. Okay, so now we're heading into preseason. He still ain't played nothing.
Yeah.
So they're making it sound like a little injury, and yet it keeps going and going and going and going. It'll be into the season, 5 games in the season. Well, he's almost ready. The season will be over, and he won't be playing.
They just need to take those Energizer Bunny batteries out of those injuries.
No, he need that stuff that we had in NFL Blitz. Remember? They would break a bone and they just, you'll be fine. Shoot him up with the super juice.
Super
right
juice
back on the
his
field. Very next play, right back on the field.
How are we going to have the best defensive line in the entire league if 1 or 2 of our guys are out already?
Right.
That's my concern. Everybody's like, oh, this is going to be the best defense. You don't know because that guy ain't even ready yet. The guy still hasn't played. And I'm going to say it week after week after week until he gets his ass out there and plays.
Okay. That's fair.
Because
I mean,
it's
like,
a concern for me.
Like right now, he doesn't even. He shouldn't even have like a spot on the team. Like,
Well,
he hasn't earned it.
He's denying what? We paid how much for this guy in the offseason?
He hasn't earned it. Like, why?
Well,
I understand, but
He's
damn,
only 26 years old.
he's a good player, but he's got to play.
Yeah,
He ain't playing.
That's the point. That's the point. And that's why I'm concerned, because they did the same thing with DeAndre Levy. They strung that out for an entire year. You remember that stuff?
Yes.
He's
Yes.
walking on an airplane, and then comes to training camp. Oh, he's got a little injury, a little thing. It'll be okay. We're just going to you got to leave him out for a little while. Oh, okay, no big deal. Comes to training camp. Well, physically unable to perform. He should be back in a day or two. We can put anybody, you can take him off that list at any time. You didn't. And it went into the season, and then it was like, he's not ready for game 1. But he should be back for game 2. Game 2, nothing. He's out. Still out for 3, 4, 5. He comes back for 1 quarter. He's done for the season.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yes, I do. Yes.
This is very similar. It's eerily similar. And I know that people are going to say, oh, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Prove me wrong. Is he out there? No, he's not. It's a concern.
Okay, Trey Flowers proved Jim wrong.
Please do. I want to see our Lions win.
I do too.
I'm sick of waiting.
I'm sick of losing.
Sick of losing.
Aren't
Big
we
time
all?
sick of losing?
And actually losing badly, not even being contenders. I mean,
Right.
especially last year, there was no competition in them at all.
That's not
You
true. I don't agree with that at all. Because they beat the Patriots.
Right.
They go to Miami in the heat, and they beat the hell out of Miami. Everything looked like
But
it was working.
even bad teams win 6 games.
Well,
I mean, a true
do you think
contender
that
don't
you
win.
said, no, wait a second
Yeah.
now. Because you was on the show last week, and you said, well, their ratings are because of last year, and everybody didn't play as well last year. Right? That's what you
Right.
said. So now this week, what you're saying this week? They're a bad team?
No,
Which is it? Are they a good team? Are they a bad
I'm
team?
saying they need to be contenders.
Right.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
we all want that, but are they right now?
No.
No. Marcus said,
Wait, contending for what? What are they contending for?
okay, they haven't won the NFC North ever. Ever since it existed. Let's start there. We got 3 teams to beat, and we can't do that. In 26 years, 25, 26 years, we only have 3 teams to beat. What the hell is wrong? What the hell is wrong with this team?
We can't beat them.
Yeah, and that's the point. That's why every time this year, everybody's got the rose-colored glasses out. They be They got hopium flowing. They got blue Kool-Aid and all this shit. And then we look at the team and we say, "Oh man, they got this guy. They got this guy. They got this guy. Oh,
But this guy ain't
wonderful.
playing. This guy ain't playing, and this guy ain't playing.
Right, that part. And then they go out there and they just lay an egg. It pretty much is that way, like every year. Every year.
Well, too many damn years, that's for sure.
25 or 26 in a row.
I understand, yes.
So this is my point. This is why I don't say they're going to be 13-3, and I'm not going crazy and saying they're going to be, good. I'm saying relax, people.
Yeah.
This is your Detroit Lions,
But-
and they will screw it up.
But when are they going to, what is it going to take to change them? To be that winning
I thought 'cause
franchise.
the Patriots cheated so well.
Sure. I mean, we can say, okay,
So you want to try to take some air out some balls?
That's
Okay.
my theory. No, I mean, they had Spygate. They were spying on other teams, right?
Mhm.
They got away with it. They got like
Right.
a draft pick taken away or something. Then they go and they deflate balls or something to take an advantage. I mean, they take an advantage any way they can. So does Green Bay. Green Bay is the best cheaters in our entire division.
right.
I thought you bring in the guys from New England, we might even be able to match them in cheating. But didn't happen last year.
Because we don't want to cheat.
But
We just want to win.
win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
All right, Four Horsemen.
That's a wrestling
Ric
phrase.
Flair.
That was Ric Flair's
Yep.
phrase for years.
And Arn and Ole Anderson, they were.
You can't lose if you must,
No.
but always cheat.
The nature boy.
Woo!
The dirtiest player in the game. He called him that for a
Yes,
reason.
they did.
Right.
That
I'm not
figure
saying,
four,
but,
boy.
But look at who's winning. Tell me who's winning. New England. What did they do? Cheat. So what do we have
Cheaters
to do?
always win. so in other words,
Told you we
people,
have fun with
we've
this,
been
too,
lied
so.
to all our lives.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
What the hell's going on with cheaters never win?
And
Because New England wins year after year after year.
So that would make the winners never cheat thing a lie too, huh?
that's what I'm
You're
saying.
right.
Yeah.
You don't think 40-some-odd years old Tom Brady gets out there in a wheelchair and throws around the ball and they don't do anything else. They don't cheat.
No,
They
they
have
probably
to cheat. Because if that was Detroit, he'd be too old to play. He'd be a 6th-round pick. He would have never made the NFL.
Tom Brady is
Detroit.
probably like 60% machine right now.
Yeah,
But
he's probably
you know,
bionic by this point.
if Tom Brady would have been hit as much as Matthew Stafford is, he would have been retired.
You ever see Matthew Stafford smile? It looks like he's been hit way too many times.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Right.
and nothing against him, but I mean, it's kind of a. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what it's going to take to win. My only thought is because we've built our defense before, but we've never really built our running game since Barry Sanders.
Right.
And when Barry Sanders was here, we never had a quarterback worth shit.
Well, I read
So-
that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So we didn't have no passing game, and we didn't have the greatest defense either. We had a good defense. A couple of years we had a pretty good defense, really good. Silver Rush. We don't have consistently top 10, top 5 running game, top 10, top 5 defense.
But they need to figure out a way to get that. I mean, and
New
to
England
act
does.
right by cheating
Exactly.
and by the. I mean, what is it? Does Martha need to go ahead and
maybe Matthew Stafford can't have anybody deflate his balls. I mean, maybe that's the point. I don't really know, but
Are you saying his balls are too big?
yeah, it's possible. It's absolutely possible. Well, Tom Brady had him deflate theirs,
Right,
I guess
so that
maybe there must be
his-
something to that. But all I'm saying, and we're having fun with this, obviously. I mean, obviously we don't mean all that, but you know what I mean. Okay, thank you guys. We had a fun show this week. We had a little bit of training camp news. We're going to come to you live for the preseason game between the Lions and the Patriots. So, Tim, anything else for this week?
well,
Guess not. Marcus?
Well, until next time, this is the curly-haired clown.
This is Jim.
and this is Maniac Tim. Remember, Lions on the prowl. Go Lions, one pride.